Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Blacklist Universe. I am your host, Mike S. Miller, 33-year comic book industry veteran, and here today to draw a sketch cover that I've been doing over on Whatnot. If you're not familiar with Whatnot, it's a pretty cool site where you can watch, you can buy all kinds of stuff. It's like a live auction, live streaming site. It's kind of really unique. I'll put my link over in the description. You can come check it out. But this is one of the things I drew on the live stream over there. This is Gwen Stacy being Venomized. I actually did a couple other covers. I did Mary Jane being Venomized, and I did Black Cat being Venomized. Those two sold pretty much as I was doing them. This one's actually still available. I know this video is going to be up here longer than that, but I've been using my time over there when I don't have commissions lined up to just kind of do cool stuff and then put it in my store there. And if you want to just come over there, click that link in the description and check out the Whatnot store. You can see the different things that I have available there. I've been doing a lot of cool sketch covers. The people over there seem to really dig the sketch covers, and I have figured out a way to actually record these in high quality. I know my last video was kind of crap quality visually, but I finally figured out my OBS. I got it right, and now you see this in all of its high quality glory, and it's yeah, boy, what a difference just doing it through OBS instead of doing it through StreamYard. At any rate, I did kind of want to get into some of the drawing aspects of what I'm doing here, and how, I mean, I know it's already too late in the video to talk about it, but how I did the layout where I posited where I wanted the hands first and then the head, and then I just kind of filled out the body in the interim. I think this is something I've been learning over time, just developing as an artist. I know in my earlier years, I would just do the entire, with the entire layout of the figure of the character would have to be like, I'd do the spine and the torso and the hips and everything. I would just draw everything out like layer by layer. First the stick figure, the gesture, the stick figure, and then lay in the cylinders and all that kind of stuff you learn from how to draw comics the Marvel way or other anatomy books and stuff like that. And I think I've gotten to the point in my drawing career where that stuff is pretty much well ingrained into my system, so that now I can kind of come at it at more of a, where do I want certain attributes? I don't ever really fully picture an image in my head before I start drawing it. I always tend to work it out on paper, but I can have an idea of where I want certain attributes. Like I wanted the hands ripping venom off of her chest, right? That's kind of the, in the movie, Spider-Man's like ripping Venom apart. And I kind of wanted to do that. I wanted to maintain that motif like I did with the other two Venomized covers that I've done. And, oh, by the way, if you haven't, obviously those are already sold, so they're not going to be in my bin. If you want to see my previous Venomized covers and my previous other covers and a lot of my other artwork, you can go over to comicartfans.com and just look up my name. I have a bunch of artwork up on comicartfans.com. It's like some of my published stuff. I'm doing a lot of these commission pieces up there and just putting them up there so people can see them after the fact. So yeah, feel free to go check that out over there. It's a lot better than Instagram, because Instagram you have to it's a much smaller image and it's harder to see, and well, whatever. But Comic Art Fans has good high resolution stuff. And again, the Whatnot feed is if you want to watch me draw this stuff live. I'm not going to do it on YouTube anymore. It's just me drawing live for long periods of time, like 3 hours at a time. I'll be drawing these characters, but I'm doing it, over and over again. So this is reduced down to 10.5 minutes, but it's a 3-hour long draw stream that it took me to get there. So, if you want to watch, I don't know, tell me in the comments if you actually want me to upload the 3-hour long version of this. I do have it on my computer and I could upload it, but it just seems like, I don't know, that's a long time to just sit there and watch, unless I'm actually live and interacting with you, which is fun. If you want to interact with me while I'm doing these drawings, then do come over and follow me on Whatnot and just check me out. Right now I'm there 6 days a week because I don't have another project I'm working on right now. But when I do have other, regular work, I will prioritize the regular work over doing the Whatnot stuff. But for now, I am just having a lot of fun learning coloring. I am learning how these markers work, how they work with paper, how they work with gesso, how they blend together, best ways, best practices. I'm developing a different style of inking that is more conducive to the coloring that I'm laying out underneath the inks, which is also very interesting. Sometimes I'm just letting the coloring do the talking for me, like in a lot of the skin. Look, the skin tone does all the rendering for me. I don't have to go in there with a brush and, start doing little lines and cross hatching or whatever. The skin is doing all the talking for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, obviously, it's doing something that is meant to be colored and doing something that is just meant to be black and white. Two different worlds. You can allow the coloring to do the talking when you're doing colors, obviously. And if you're doing the colors first, like I'm doing here, as opposed to a lot of guys, actually most of the guys, they'll go in and they'll do all the inking first, and then they'll come in over the inks and do the colors. That really kind of lends itself to a totally different inking style because the coloring it's an addendum to the inks, as opposed to the way I've been doing it, which, I didn't even intend to do it on purpose. Like I said, I'm learning in this process of just doing these covers over and over again. But instead of the inks being an addendum, or instead of the colors being the addendum to the inks are sort of the addendum to the coloring. And it's funny putting one thing. In my career, I've never really put colors first because I've been a penciler and an inker. But now that I'm actually coloring these things by hand first, and I'm doing such delicate modeling in the colors, it really sort of changes your mindset. I mean, I would challenge other artists out there to kind of try this tact where you lay out your pencils, you lay out your basic form and shape and all of that stuff, and then you go in and you hit it with the colors and see how much you can develop just from the color work, and then how it sort of minimizes the necessity of inking on those areas. Now, obviously, if you could see in the black, I do tend to over render the black because I don't want it to just be black. So I drop in these purples where I want the blacks to be, and then I go over them with hatching, with cross hatching, adding some texture into that area. So it's like it is, I know it's Venom, so it should be like all black, but I like having the black core shadows, but then these slightly illuminated areas are purple because purple makes such a great shadow tone area. I generally use purple, like a light purple, as my cohesion tone. After I've done all my other coloring, I'll take a light purple and I'll drop all of my shadows on all the different colors, because purple works as both a great warm and cool shadow tone on, well, it's a cool shadow tone, but it works on warm and cool colors together. And so when you have a bunch of different colors on your piece and then you go in and you drop a shadow, it's almost like doing a wash. I don't know if you're a painter and you're familiar with what a wash does. Or, okay, say you're on Photoshop and you're a digital colorist, then think of an overlay layer, right? When you do an overlay layer, it unifies the tone of your entire image. So you could have like all these different colors, and you drop like a 5, 10, 15% overlay on there, and it sort of unifies the tone. And then you can go in and erase out highlights that you want to pop off the page and whatnot. So that's what I'm kind of doing when I use this light purple. Ironically enough, I didn't actually use on this. I'm going on and on about this, how I use this light purple. Well, you see it in my other ones. Like I said, go to my Comic Art Fans, go to my bin and whatnot, and check out the other ones. I generally do use this light purple tone to kind of unify all the different colors across the image. It's super ironic, and now I feel kind of dumb that I haven't actually done it on this particular image. But, hey, it is what it is. Anyways, this is my Gwen Stacy being venomized, and she's fighting it. It's one of my better pieces that I've been doing recently. It is currently available on my Whatnot store. I don't know for how long. These things do generally go pretty quickly, but if you want to check it out, hit that link in the description, go to the Whatnot. If you're an artist and you want to try selling on Whatnot, I'll drop my my artist referral link on there too, and you can use that platform there. Anyways, I hope you dig it. I dug it. Don't forget to join us all for Drawn and Quartered every Wednesday night. My other artist friends get together and we do a drawing competition once a week. And don't forget to slap that like, subscribe, and share, and let other people know what I'm doing over here. If you like this kind of content, say something in the comments below. If you have suggestions for characters, also in the comment section below. If you missed what I was doing earlier, I don't know, just leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and how I'm doing, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.